What a mess. A spiritual battle. Hake is here. And I just have a quick question from Hake because I think I heard him mention this on his show last Friday, but I wasn't able to hear his show because I had to go to do something. So I don't know what he really think about this. Knowing him, I can kind of figure, but it's best to know. You got to go to the source and find out. But knowing Hake, I can imagine what he feel about this story or what he think about it, his opinion about it. And then the anchor baby is going to read the story to you.
Yes.
Some of you may have heard about this. I do want to tell you, but first, let me. This is a female, white female by the name of Caitlin Clark. And she is a little basketball player. And it's real tall. And a better basketball player than the black girls. Black girls who consider suicide when the rainbow wasn't enough. But no, she's a better basketball player than the white girls who play basketball. And the black girls. And the black girls don't like her. Ever since this woman been playing, they've been having a nigga rah-rah fit. Nigga rah-rah. You know, right? Nigga rah-rah?
Close enough.
Oh, okay. Fit. And so it sounds like the pressure has gotten to Caitlin Clark. And now Caitlin Clark is proven that she's a beta. Beta! Beta. Caitlin Clark is a beta female. Beta! She's caved into the pressure of evil. And some of you might not have heard about this story, but it's very interesting. So, Nick, read the X words from it.
So
report from it.
This post is actually Caitlin Clark winning. She received Time Athlete of the Year. And this is the magazine cover. This is a quote from Caitlin Clark from X, and it reads, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of these players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that." So that's what she said upon receiving Time Athlete of the Year. Amazing. And then we have a clip where she doubles down, apparently.
So that's her on the picture there, right?
Oh, yeah, that's her. Caitlin Clark, Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year.
And here is a sound. She doubled down in an interview saying she's planned. She's speaking for her truth. She's speaking for her truth. Watch this from X.
Yeah, your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity. And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic. And share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Yes. Nick is expert here on the JLP show, and so is Hake. Nick is the host of the Anchor Baby show, American Anchor Baby, and Hake is the host of an expert here and the host of the HakeReport.com from 9 to 11. Nick, what do you think about that?
What happened, Caitlyn? Wasn't she standing strong? Caitlyn strong. It just seems like I really haven't followed her story, but that's how that was my impression of her before. That she was getting beat in the face by these black players, or at least getting taunted a lot in these games. But it just seems like a cave-in, like how you said. It seems like a cave-in. The pressure was too great.
She caved in.
I'm thinking so. Yeah.
What do you think about what she said right now?
I doubt that she's that comfortable in her skin. She was leaning over like Doug was leaning over on the podium when he was preaching for Jesse for the first half hour of church yesterday.
Yeah.
She was like hunching. She had a little bit of that tall girl hunch. You know, people who are tall, they're insecure.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they kind of hunch down.
Oh, that's a good point.
And by the way, very scooping neckline on that dress, Caitlin Clark. It was stomach turning, really. I still joked around on my show and called her she's still a queen, but I didn't hear her talk ever. This is probably the first time I've ever heard her voice, but she gave the impression that she was her own person and just innocent, just playing the game, not caring about that dumb political crap. But now she just sounds like everybody else. I still cut her slack. She's 22 years old, and she's in that world, and she seems to have rationalized. In my mind, I picture her rationalizing, well, her favorite athlete was this black girl in the WNBA, but she's not really being reasonable or giving herself the right credit because the WNBA is subsidized majorly. Like, it loses money. And so the men's NBA gives them like $10 billion or something like that, just so that they can have their little league. But she's the first one actually bringing money in and bringing fans in to watch. And now she's kissing up. So it's lame.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's pressure or if she's just been taught that, but those don't sound like her words. Talking about my truth and
What truth?
amazing black women.
What these people be saying their truth? What truth are they talking about? Women love to say their truth.
Yeah,
They ain't got no truth.
I know.
They got nothing but lies.
Indeed. Including beautiful Caitlyn.
They should be saying their lies.
Right.
They ain't got no truth. Anything on that?
No. I concur.
I think that I know that Caitlin Clark's white card need to be taken away from her. They need to take it away now. She has caved into the pressure of the blacks. She is now a beta. She's a coward. And it's pitiful because that's what white people have done for the last 70 years. They have caved into the pressure of the blacks and they become losers. White people will never get their country back as long as they give it into the pressure of affirmative action, reparations, DEI, and all that mess. It's not her fault that she is allegedly the best female player ever. And if the other black women can't live up to that, that's their fault. It's not her fault. It's not her problem. It's not even her concern. And for her to sit there, oh, my truth, she ain't got no truth. And then the other black woman was the intersection of them. racism,
Sexuality, gender.
racism. What's that mean? Intersection. What does that mean?
It's just liberal buzzwords. I don't even think that she knows what she's talking about.
So nobody know what they mean when they say intersection.
When they say
So
intersection,
I have no clue.
they're talking
It sounds
about
like like Spring Hill Road just came together with Hurstboro Road.
okay. So if you're black, that's one victim group. If you're a woman, that's a second victim group. So you're a double victim. That's an intersection of two victims in one person. And if you're a lesbian, which many in the WNBA are, I heard, then you're a triple victim because you're LGBT, a woman, and a black. And so you have 3 times the anger of a regular woman or a regular black or a regular gay.
I just think for Caitlyn to cower down like this now, it's really sad. It's evil. It's sad. And it's another example that human beings are not supposed to have fear. It's abnormal. Fear did not come from God. It came from Satan. And anyone who's have fear, Satan is their God. I don't care how they read the Bible, how they quote the Bible. Satan is their God. This woman, this female, Caitlyn Clark, is showing fear now. And the blacks should be ashamed is that they need the whole world to feel sorry for them, to treat them as though they're victims. And if anyone comes along, whatever color he or she may be, and they perform better than the blacks, they got to say that I'm not really me. It's not me. So that the black can feel better about not being the best. It doesn't make the blacks the best just because Caitlyn Clark and others cower down to them. It's not making the blacks the best. And if they love the blacks, they would not do this. They would just be their best and let, like they used to do in the good old days, and let the black people work themselves up to whatever they want to be. This is so, it's almost sad. If I was an emotional person, I'd be in tears right now.
Me too.
Not only for her, but for the blacks too. This is why blacks are no good in America. They're not innovative. They're not motivated. They don't have any major ideas. They don't make America better at all. They never add to it. Even in the movies now, the movies are only remakes of white people movies. They're just remakes. And they put blacks in the movie to remake a white person's movie. Blacks are not even creative anymore. It's just pure evil.
It's also a lesson not to look up to celebrities, because you know how young people will hear everybody, all these authoritative celebrities saying the same thing, and the mainstream media saying the same thing, and the academics and politicians. To think for yourself and not believe some stupid comment from something that didn't even sound like from her. She didn't sound like herself. Not
at all. Because at one time she was trying to stand strong. They were throwing the ball at her. They didn't like her. Those black females were having a fit. A white person stepped up to the plate and showed that they can play better than them. And they were throwing the ball at her. They hated her. And now she's caved in.
Yeah.
I wonder why her father, does he have a daddy that's supposed to who taught her how to play? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what he's like. I don't know their background. But he let her play with the boys because they didn't have a little girls team.
Right.
So she played with boys.
And that's why she became so good at playing. The white people, y'all need to take Caitlyn Clark white card back. Take it back.
She's black on the inside now.
That's for sure. She is sad and pathetic. That's evil. That ain't love. Caitlyn, you are not showing love to the white people. To the black people. Black people need love. They need somebody to love them enough, not to hate them, but to tell them the truth.
Part of why she's so liked is that she's just doing it.
Right.
She's not showy.
She's just doing her thing.
She's not talking out loudmouth and all that.
Well, she is now.
Yep.
And watch now, the black people gonna love her. They hated her at first. They'll throw the ball at her. They hated her.
They'll use her against the whites.
And then now they're gonna love her.
That's what that black woman who was interviewing her said. Oh, these people upset about her talking about white privilege, they need to look in the mirror.
And there's no such thing as white privilege. It's white people earning their way. Remember, in America, you used to have to earn your way? It was based on the best qualified person, man or woman. This is sad almost. It's like she's been defeated.
Yeah, it's a shame.
She's been defeated. She looked defeated now.
And phony.
She's giving it to the pressure. She looked defeated.
All hunched over on the arm of that chair.
She's been damaged. I've been damaged. Sincerely damaged. But I'm all right now. Is she all right being damaged?
She can recover. I believe in her still.
She ain't gonna be able to recover. But she's gonna be afraid because if she recovers, the black people are really gonna let her have it. And white people cannot handle the wrath of black people. They cannot handle it. The men and women cannot handle the wrath of black people. In the same way, the children and the husband cannot handle the wrath of a black woman. Oh my God. That's evil. It's just terrible. Joel said she went to college. He said that's why she went to college. He may be onto something.
Yeah. That did sound like college talk.
It did.
She speaks fluent liberalese, but it doesn't really come out of her mouth naturally.
And that black woman that was interviewing her is pitiful. Pitiful. Remember we discussed pitiful being pitiful in fellowship once. You don't remember that?
Not offhand.
Amazing. You remember that, Anchor Baby?
Barely.
Pitiful. My trainer tell me all the time, he's pitiful. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm pitiful. I just don't know what to say about the white people. And then the whites who do stand up, they're called skinheads and white supremacists and all that.
I remember when Taylor Swift used to be quiet and classy.
Yeah.
Nobody knew her politics, and that's what people loved about her. And then she came out for abortion and the gays and women and all kinds of stuff and her Tennessee values.
And now everybody goes, Taylor Swift, who?
Right. Just nasty. And it was my conspiracy theory is because the whites really called her like an Aryan goddess, and they were putting up memes of her with Hitler quotes and stuff like that. And so maybe she was getting all this backlash just for being quiet. Caitlin Clark getting backlash just for being quiet and classy. Because I remember Caitlin Clark didn't go on The View. She's like, I'm not a fan. With the cackling hens on The View.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what happened to her, but I know she's defeated.
Yeah.
She's displayed defeat. And it's sad. She's given into evil. And now the blacks are going to hate her even more so because they know she gave into the pressure of the blacks, right? They know that she's a coward. And they may praise her and tell her how, oh, you're so wonderful, but inwardly they're thinking, what a coward. People know weakness when they see it.
Yeah.
And they know that Caitlin is weak. Caitlin is now serving evil. She's giving in. Instead of just, I like the way she was doing it before, just played her ball. When they was throwing the ball at her, trying to hurt her, duck out of the way. But play your ball and let them be mad. Those black women were mad too. One woman said something like, well, history will let it be know who was the best or who has been the best or something dumb.
Yeah, she said, it's not just one person, it's me too.
Yeah, something like that.
Angel Reese, I think.
Wow. That is mind-blowing to me.
She just cheapened the league again.
It's over now. She's not worth a grain of salt now.
The salt has lost its saltiness.
She's not worth the boat that she rode in on.
The light has gone out.
It has. And she looked defeated, too. all hunched down to that black woman.
It hurt my stomach.
That black woman sitting all up, seeing this white woman be her slave.
Yeah, she was groveling.
Yeah, she was loving that.
I don't know how you could love that.
What's wrong with the whites?
Impulsive people pleasing, maybe.
What a mess. White people used to not be that way at one time. I remember when white people were strong, and as a result, we had a strong America.
Before women's basketball.
We need to get rid of that then.